to go after Abu Sayyaf, and he was the last one that had Kayla Mueller being held and like raping her, and all the stories that you'd hear from the Yazidi slaves that would be either like they'd not be freed, but they'd escape, and it was just fucking disgusting, man. And it just was. We sat over there because we went over there to go, like 2 periods of darkness. We were gonna go do this, go get Kayla, and then that turned into she's been killed, and then he moved targets. So it's like the longest no notice deployment, warm start, cold, whatever you want to call it, ish. And we stayed there, like with intense, just like waiting for months. And then we finally got a window, and we went, and it was this big moving piece from Erbil all the way into deep into Syria, like aerial refuels. Like it was a big mission. They consider it a treasure trove of intelligence that we got from that. It was like something like 7 terabytes of just like intelligence that we captured. And
let's go through it. So you went in by helo.
Yeah, so I was on the 60s, and my team fast roped to the rooftop. It's 3 stories, but the 3rd story was a cupola with a stairwell that went down the center. So think 4 condos, apartments. So 2 on the top floor and then 2 on the bottom. We cycled in, so the 4 little birds went into the ground on the street with the other troop to flood the bottom floor, and then we roped into the roof and flooded. But we timed it to where their charges, we knew their charges were going to go off before we could get ours on. And when that happened, it blew our breaches open. So, and I'm coming down the stairwell in the cupola, and my like 2 ICs up front, and it's a stairwell that, landing and then coming back down. And I see this guy, a shadowy figure, kind of I could see I was on like the halfway down on the stairs, and I could see into the apartment after the door blew open, and the breaches were right behind the 2 ICs, and they're like, oh fuck, they're sticking the charges on the wall to get out, like to put them up to get their hands back on the rifle. And this dude comes flying in or out, and maybe he got within 2 feet of my mate, and he was hiding behind this female, and I could just see it, like he's running out with a pistol and like to her head, and like he had no idea we were right there. And before it became more of a thing, like I was able to see that, even just a snapshot of, like, I'm talking 3 or 4 feet of like depth into the room they came from. I was able to key off that, and then I shot him from the stairwell and essentially in the top of his head, and then he just Supermaned down the stairs, and she kept like running. Before that became, he made it like it would have been like from
me to you,
like closer than that to my teammates.
Holy shit!
It was a really tight shot, like period, like between her head, his head, and then my mate, like off his rifle, under nods. So, man, that was just like, oh, this is how this is gonna start, And then we just kept going, and there was like moments where dudes, and this is why when I teach people, because I learned this lesson, and my mates did, like, if I take one of my hands off my rifle, I'm going to transition to my pistol to do whatever it is I need to do, lift something up. Because downstairs they got into a situation where they open a closet door, and there's a chick that jumps out or whatever, and behind one of my mates goes to grab the female off of, out of there, and then an AK gets shoved in his face, and he like grabs the barrel, and the dude just starts racking rounds off like next to his head, and he's just controlling the muzzle with his own hands now. He's in a wrestling match now.
Yeah.
And now my other mate had to like get into a position to like take a shot on this cat, and that's to me, I'm like, and it's the same way with like ladders. Like they've shot someone on a roof from popping up where ISR said the roof was clear, and they're hiding under layers of shit, man. And then you get a gun shoved in your face. You're like, well, at least I had my red dot sight looking through my nods as I'm coming up on a ladder rung. But it's it's something that I talk about, and it's founded in like real world experience on why, you know, with like rifles aren't meant to be shot with one hand. Like I'm strong, and there's plenty of strong people out there, but you know, that's not the way that they're meant to cycle and to function, and not damn sure not shoot accurately or surgically. So for me, it's like, but I can do that with my pistol in one hand if I need to. So transition.
How did the op end?
Man, we got like, it was, the DAPs barely made it back. The close air they got shot through the refueling boom, and like they barely were able to fly those things back. Like,
Wow.
It was we fucked them up, like, period. And anyone that was still alive that was ISIS, the leadership came in and executed them for not dying with their commanders. But it allowed us to look into, holy shit, they're moving tons of money on the black market, the oil, and the web of like how serious like it was becoming, and how much it could have been like our reality at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that led to, between the intelligence we got then to capturing his wife and them interrogating her, the Kurds, to pinpointing al-Baghdadi, where we were able to go over and kill him. And
All stemmed from that op.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking amazing.